2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
First play, Mills looking to pass. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Mills. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Staying on the ground with Mack. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. T.J. Edwards drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Hurts fumbles it.
points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. So first and goal from the 9-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Second down and goal. Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Hurts will throw. It's caught. And it's 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021. Third and long for Mills. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Ooh, with a juke. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
On first down, Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on a try for 2. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 37. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mills. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Looking to throw is Mills. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jordan Davis brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack on first down, Mills. And it's caught. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and goal, Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kyle Rudolph. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. But now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Make plays, y'all. Make plays. Y'all got time. Let's go. Guys ready to get it on. Let's go, fellas. Bring it. Get something together. Here we go. Back. Go, Lee. Go.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Rolling to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Ready?
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Let's go.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down.
A first down throw for Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there, and now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. Right side caught by Jackson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Mills on 3rd and 2. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's got it inside the 10.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
Big play there just before halftime. 49 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the 1st half. Backups get to play in the 2nd. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team. Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They go back to the ground with Sanders.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Got it. Ready?
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5.
Brandon, if you're not rooting for the defensive team, that was a fun play to watch. Fourth down, all the throwing lanes are covered, and this guy says, let me do it myself, and shows off scrambling ability that you just can't teach.
Hurts. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside.
And he is out of bounds here. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Looking to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans
at their own 25-yard line.
Here's Mills.
It's caught by Jackson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because
he's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Jackson, 77 yards.
And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Mills going to throw for it.
It's complete. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved down from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Houston.
Here we go.
It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
On 1st down, Hurts.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jonathan Grenard in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Houston's offense taking over again. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their 36-yard line.
Mills now.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
From the 39, Mills. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Mills, fourth down, gotta have it.
That's caught at the 25.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Mills now going to keep it.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
He's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 2 now. Second and goal.
Throwing, Mills.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Mills. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. That time a 9-play drive. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mills. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working out of the gun, Mills.
It's caught left side by Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to
Slippers on and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car and whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down.